Hey, Koi folk. Hey, we're moving on to the quarters. Just finished up our box of halves this week, which was, a little lackluster, but at least a little bit of something. No silver, but a few other minor finds. Nice DDO on the 23. These boxes seems like they always glued like crazy. Sorry, my face was kind of close to the phone there. That might have been a little bit loud. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully they're at least circulating. And they are. So that is good. Nothing jumping out on the ends, but that doesn't mean there ain't something good inside. So let's get in there and find it. Well, roll one, coin one. Figure we stop while we're getting started. It's got a little die chip here in the brim, I guess, of Colonel Sanders' hat. I'm kidding. That's Eleanor Roosevelt. This design, they did her wrong. That's all I'm saying. But that's all I'm seeing on the coin, besides some circulation. So we're gonna jump back in and see what else this box holds. So we're on roll 8 here. Got one under the scope. Been a little slow so far, so I'm gonna bring you in for something at least. Got a Salt River Bay here under the scope. Got some feeder finger lines kind of right around the branches in the left side there. It's kind of cool, and just a few on the right hand side out on the other side. So that's kind of cool looking. I also have another quarter set aside if my internet ever decides to work. I don't know, we got a storm coming in and Rising is awful. It's a little beat up, so I'm thinking it's just got smushed, but that kind of looks doubled, and especially in the O of God, but to my knowledge, there's not. What is this? It's also Salt River Bay. There's double dies on the Philly, I know for sure, but this is the Denver version. So I don't think this is going to be a double die, but we set it aside for now, and hopefully at some point, Verizon gets their act together. Verizon, if you're listening, you need to do better. Now, please. But anyways, we got that set aside. We're going to jump back in here, then over there, and sooner or later, we're gonna have something. So we're back on the next roll here. Got another small little find. Got a little extra cactus leaf in this area right there by the designer's initials on the Arizona 2008 Arizona State Quarter. Found a couple of these before. Seems like every one I find is just a little bit different. But thought I'd bring you for flat, and we're gonna jump back in. So we're on roll 10 here. Got a homestead under the scope with a little bit of, I think, what they term this, like the snow on the window or whatever. I don't know, just a little die chip right on top of the kind of the window frame area. No double pump handle, no leaky bucket, no big snow mounds on the roof or nothing. Looks like there might be like some dye depression there where it's about ready to get to that point, but nothing there. Just a little snow on the window. So we're gonna jump back in, see what else we can find. So we're on roll 12 here, and I'm not exactly sure what we're looking at. It's a 1985. It kind of looks like a slightly misaligned die strike. But then, oh shoot, I gotta try to focus this so you can look at. Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we're looking at the edge of the coin now, or the third side of the coin, and it seems like mostly all the way around, the reading's kind of on like one side of the coin. So I don't know exactly what we would call this. I know it's a quarter, and if I lay it down, it's out of focus. Which way am I going? There we go. So, I don't know. If you know exactly what this would be, let me know. drop a comment down there. Or don't. Either way, we're gonna keep moving. Let's go. So we're on roll 16 here. Got a Delaware under the scope. Got the old Haktua horse here. You can see the line down at the kind of coming out of his mouth, kind of lower lip kind of area actually, and you could also see this one coming out the back of his head some. It's a little light, but it's definitely there. The coin has seen better days, that's for sure, but not in terrible shape, just not in great shape. Could definitely use a little acetone love, but been a minute since I found one of these, so I figured I'd bring you in for that. Pretty cool find, and we're gonna jump back in, see what else is in there. So we're on roll 18 here and got a Bessie Coleman under the scope here. It's been a minute since I found one of these. I used to find them all the time, but it's got a pretty decent sized die chip on the top wing of the plane there. They've definitely come bigger, but they also come a little smaller than that, so pretty decent little find. But that's it that I'm seeing in this roll, so we're gonna jump back in and see what else we can get. So we're on roll 27 here. I got a 1965 under the scope. I struggle with this type of coin here. Like, there's definitely extra thickness all throughout Liberty, but there's no, like, I don't know, like clear separations. I don't know exactly what we're looking at. Pretty sure it's a double die of sorts, and I've tried matching it up on Variety Vista, and I'm not having a whole lot of luck. But hold on just a second. I took a couple pictures just so we can kind of compare here. If I can get it to pull up. All right, so this is another 1965. I just kind of tried to put two images back to back here so we can kind of toggle and look at the difference between the two. So it's definitely thicker, like all throughout Liberty, but I don't know exactly which variety we're looking at. So if you could figure it out, or maybe I'm just completely crazy and it's just not different, but I'm pretty sure it's different, but I just don't know how exactly. But anyways, if I figure out something, I'll let you know. But or if you figure out something, you let me know. But we're gonna jump back in. So we're on roll 29 here, and this one we don't need a scope, and it definitely doesn't confuse me. It's a Marsh Billings Rockefeller, and you could probably guess it. We've got our first W. First I found in quite a while. They seem to dried up pretty good. Definitely circulated a good bit, but she's not in terrible shape. Always happy to find one, so very cool. We're gonna jump back in. Look at that pretty W. It doesn't want to focus. There you go. Alright, folks. So we're on roll 30 here. Got a Kansas State quarter. Not in the best shape. Got some few little ugly marks on it, but got the old spitting buffalo, I guess people call this. I don't know. A little die crack. Pretty light, but in the field there. It shows up real well in different light. But be nice if it was in a little better shape, but it's not the worst. But we're gonna jump back in, see what else is in here. So we're on roll 32 here. Got a 1996 Philly under the scope. Couldn't remember the date for a second. It's got a pretty good size die crack on the obverse here, from the rim down through into the top of Washington's head. And then on the reverse, it's got another die crack, even bigger, from kind of in the rim through the D, across the eagle's wing, all the way in, through the eagle's head, and just outside the backside of the head. It kind of terminates just under the M there. So that's kind of cool. Usually don't find them quite that large. Just thought I'd bring you in, share it. Now we're jumping back in. Alright, so actually on the very same coin, I flipped over. When I flipped to the back and I noticed this cracker first, the one we looked at, and completely wasn't looking at the bottom half of the coin and missed this giant crack coming across the bottom. It's a pretty cool find. Don't believe I've ever seen anything quite like this. But overall, pretty neat. Let me actually try to zoom out a little bit, see if we can get like the kind of take a look at everything all at once. I don't know if I'm going to be zoomed far enough out. Oh, I think I got it manually zoomed. Sorry, my scope isn't super fancy, so I got to do some of the manual work on it. So, like I said, that crack at the top kind of pulled my attention, and somehow or another completely missed the one down at the bottom. It's a pretty cool find, and we're gonna jump back in. I don't see any other cracks, so we're good. Let's go. So we're on roll 38 here. Got a Jovita IDAR quarter under the scope. I know a lot of people don't like this coin. I don't know. Personally, I love this coin. I think it's fantastic design, but I don't know. To each his own, I guess. But this one in particular has a pretty awesome die crack that I have not seen before. You can see it starts all the way up in the rim, comes down through the hair, across the forehead, through the eye, all the way down in the cheek, and then you'll see it kind of loops back and comes down almost to the bottom of the jawline. It gets pretty faint down towards the bottom, but you can see it in the right light. Kind of pops in there a little bit. So that one is pretty cool. Never come across that one before. So I figured I'd bring it in and share it. And now we're gonna go back in. Get the rest of this roll, 12 more. See what else we can find. So we're on roll 40 here. And at first, I didn't even realize this was approved. That's how much circulation it seemed. But you can catch that gleam at the right angle, I guess. But she's been out there for a minute. But it is approved. 2003 Arkansas. Clad proof. So I guess it's a fine. Alright, we're going to jump back in. So we're on roll 41 here. Got a Wilma Man Killer under the scope with the big old dye chip on the nose. It's been a minute since I've seen one that big, but unfortunately it also has the Ring of Death on it. So I don't think I'll be holding on to this one, but still kind of a cool find. So I figured I'd bring it in, show it to you, and jump back into the rest. Still on roll 41 here, and got a Edith Kanakole under the scope. It's got some pretty cool feeder finger scrapes on it. You can see it kind of starting up in this area, and it comes all the way through the letters and down in through those little strands of hair towards the bottom there. It's pretty cool looking. I haven't seen any giant reverse strike throughs, but they might be out there. You don't know. But I just figured I'd bring it in, show it, and we're going to go back, see what else is in there. So we're on roll 42 here, and got a 2006 Colorado State quarter under the scope. Got some crazy feeder finger scrapes all over the obverse here. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to get it to show up. If I can get the right light on it. You can see down underneath his chin, kind of all the low parts across his neck and his ear there, and then all around the ponytail in the back out into the fields. Oh, the dryer went off. But pretty sweet looking. It's not showing up great on camera, but trust me, it's cool. It is really cool looking. But anyways, we're gonna jump back in. I wish I could get this to show up as well as I can, but it's there. Anyways, let's do it. Well, box getting a little better towards the end here. Still on row 42. We got ourselves a DDR. You can see, let me grab a pointer here. The inside part of this little opening in the handle, it's doubling there. It's DDR number 1 on Variety Vista. Don't think I've ever found this one before, so that's a pretty cool find. Coin's a little beat up, but it's still a find. So let's jump back in, see what else. Well, still in the same row. Got another one here. Got a Salt River Bay under the scope. Got a strike through rate in this area. It's not showing up great, but you can see some real light feeder finger lines up in here and on the other side of the strike through as well. So it's kind of cool little find. I don't think I've ever seen this one before either. So pretty sweet. But we're gonna jump back in. So we're on roll 45 here, and I got a weird farm under the scope. It's got some pretty cool feeder finger lines, like on the inside of the P and just a little bit on the A. You'll be able to see it once I move it around the light real good. It almost makes it look like a proof-like finish inside there. It's pretty crazy looking. I don't know. I thought it was cool anyways, but anyway, I figured I'd show you real quick. We're going to jump back in, get in these last few rolls after I stop being mesmerized by this little weird farm incident. Alright folks, let's go. So we're on roll 46 here, and the end of this box just keeps getting better. Got a Salt River Bay under the scope, but the good part's on the other side. It's not a W, but it's this guy. Look at that doubling. Oh, I've been wanting to find one of these for so long, and finally came across one. That O is just sick. I'm so happy. I found what I thought was this is DDO number 1. I thought this one, I found one before, but it was actually slightly different, a slightly less extreme double die. So I was disappointed when that happened. And I'm disappointed that this one is a little funky dirty, but hopefully she cleans up all right with some acetone. And super pumped though. Cross this one off the list. I mean, we could leave it out like a nicer version on the list, but as far as just having an example, we can check it off. So pretty cool find. Pretty excited. Jumping back in. Well, we've reached the end of the box, and I've reached the end of my supply of coin roll wrappers for quarters. But it was a pretty good little box. Had the DDO that I've been looking for forever. W quarter, proof. All kinds of little minor, anomalies, errors, varieties, whatever you want to call them. So it was a pretty good little box. A lot of finds. So I don't know. It was better than my last quarter box. It seems like. So that's good at least. But don't know what'll be next. Actually, I do know. I got my package from Michael Kittle. So I'll probably do that one next. But if not, it'll be something else. But anyways, whatever it is, I'll see you there. Later.